Welcome to SpeakeasyDC's Sucker for Love. Thank you so much for being here tonight at the 9:30 Club. We are honored to be performing here at 2 back-to-back sold-out shows. Thank you for coming. This is awesome. All right, quick poll. Who is here tonight with their special Valentine? Let me hear you. Come on, yeah? That is lovely. That's so nice for you people. All right, more importantly, who's here alone, single? Let me hear it. Yeah. Sounds like a lot. That's a critical mass. No excuses. Pair up. Break into groups of 3. No one has to go home tonight, people. No one has to go home alone. Come on now. I get the worst of both worlds because for the last decade, I have been in a long-distance relationship. Yeah, that's the sound my feelings make. People ask me all the time, they're like, oh, how do you do a long-distance relationship for that long? And I look them dead in the eyes and I say, I do a lot of masturbating. But really, being in a long-distance relationship means a lot of just crappy traveling. And for my girlfriend and I, it was the worst during college. She was in school up in Pennsylvania, I was going to college down in North Carolina, and well, I was like, my junior year, I was all packed up and ready to go, and she calls me one night, she's like, hey, have you left yet? And I'm like, no, it's like late, I think I'm gonna crash here and then I'll drive in the morning. And she's like, what, drive in the morning? Michael, it takes 7 hours to get here. By the time you're at my college, I'm gonna be stuck in class. But if you leave now and drive all night, when you get here, I'll still be in bed with no pants on. I'm like, yeah, I can make this work. All right, let's do this. So I download a bunch of podcasts, I get a big bottle of soda, I'm all caffeinated, and I hit the road, and time is flying, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight, I'm doing great. Until about 1 a.m., and I start to lose steam. I roll down my window, I let a bunch of cold air in, I turn on the radio, it's 2006, so I start singing along, I'm like, since you've been gone, like, anything to keep going. But at this point, I've got this like sharp pain right here because all that soda I drank has come back to bite me. And now every mile is just this painful eternity because I have got to pee so bad. But I am in the middle of Western Virginia, going through the mountains, dark roads, lots of winding turns. I haven't seen an exit in miles. There is nowhere to pull off. So I am desperate, and I begin a maneuver that everyone in this building has considered at least once in their life. I unscrew the top of my Dr. Pepper bottle. I unzip my fly, I pull out my manhood, I try to combine A with B while driving through the night, and I feel like I got a good seal, like I can make this work. So I grip the wheel, I bite my lip, and I let it go. And my hand is warm. Then my hand is wet, and I have made a terrible, terrible decision. So I can hear some of it is going in the bottle. So I'm looking down while driving, like trying to put this toothpaste in the tube. At which point I feel those ruts in the side of the road that are supposed to wake you up from when you're just sleeping, not peeing. So I pop up my head and I swerve to get back on the road, and the seal is broken. Are you guys familiar with wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man? You know, you see him by the side of the road at like used car dealerships. The ones that go like, yeah, it's like my dick is at a rave at this point. I've been holding it for a while, so it's just going everywhere. And I'm like Neo in the Matrix at this point. I give up and just put my hand over my junk, and you know those at water parks, how they have these mushroom fountains that kids dance under? It's like that, and just pulling in my lap. On the bright side, I am wide awake thanks to my little golden shower. I wish this was one of those stories where I'm like, and then there was an exit right there, or something stupid, but nah. I drive just with this like awful steeping in my own filth. I'm at a gas station at 2 in the morning in West Virginia, which is never the start of something good. And the clerk working the night shift, not surprisingly, has seen some shit in his day. When I walk in, he just does this. Bathrooms to your left. I go in there and take the saddest, like, hobo cat bath you've ever seen in your life. And when I come out, I'm wearing a fresh pair of pajamas and holding an embarrassing number of paper towels, which he and I both know will never undo what I have done in that car. I drive the rest of the night with just this awful sticky feeling everywhere. And when I get to Pennsylvania, it's just after dawn. And my girlfriend comes out of her dorm room and she's wearing sweatpants and she's got bedhead and she looks at me, she's like, "Thanks for driving." And she's so beautiful. And that's the truth about long-distance relationships, is that if you really love the person at your destination, it doesn't matter what you have to do to get to them. She comes to hug me and I grab her by the shoulders. I say, "Molly, I love you. I miss you dearly. I'm so happy to see you. But right now, I need to use your shower." Molly is here tonight. Not as my girlfriend, as my wife. Which is so great. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. We have an awesome show for you tonight. Our cast is amazing. It's going to be super fun, so enjoy the show. Thanks so much for coming out.